around in total darkness part of plan?
You give us the fire, we'll give them hell.
Do not speak so lightly of hell.
Easy, Tech. I didn't mean the real thing.
Gentlemen, we are here.
Where have you taken us?
We should be closer to the lab. No matter. This way, if you please. You're late.
Field report. Seems I'm the only one who made it down here. Ain't that just aces?
COD got an update from the last time he played it.
Walls. I better get the fuck out. Holy smokes, there's a girl. Hey, Doc, think we can swap Nikolai out for her? I mean, you could use a break, right, Nick?
Okay, Crimson, good, you're here. I can finally show you this death effect. Look at this death effect on this pistol. Look at this, watch. It also makes a little party flute. You hear it?
How do you like it? I like it. That's what counts. Well, nothing around here looks portal-ish. And I figure that monster guard smashed the only exit. Wherever the other guys wound up, they better have more to go on than this.
Yep. Do you like it?
Let there be light. Hard to believe this junk still works.
Alexa, play Hallelujah Money by Gorillaz.
Here's Hallelujah Money by Gorillaz, featuring Benjamin Clementine, on Amazon Music.
It is epic. Very epic.
Sorry. Excuse me. Nope. I won't be blasting holes in any walls of this. Let's go Mark's outbreak was better than it did for the other guys. Okay, dropping some meat sacks, getting in the groove. Always.
Alexa, stop.
I feel like somebody's listening. I'm sure I did that. Thank you first.
Rise and greet our guest, Robert.
Excuse me, sir. I think you dropped something. Great. Power's out again. Thanks, asshole. This fucking guy again? Hey, take a hit, pal. Working too hard. Double points! Hustle up. Each freak standing is money on the table. You guys smell that? Yeah, it was me.
Also, I prefer your old emblem with Sonic on it. I don't know, I really like the purple one. Because, you know, purple being my favorite color and all.
Some ghost sneezes all over a utility box, and I just have to grab a handful of it. This crap better be useful. Got hellhounds!
Super Easter Egg Gauntlet Run? I think you just mean a Gauntlet Run. Honestly, yeah, I'd be down to do some gauntlets with you.
That is a nice door. And trust me, I know doors. Open them all the time.
Honestly, you want to know one thing that'll save Black Ops 6? Is if, they don't make the Easter eggs
Silent
online.
back online. In your face, Warden. Down! Sort of. For now, at least. Bonus points! That's great. You guys can send down the rest anytime. Hello? Alright, decomposers. I got my spooky shield. Who wants to play riot police? Nope. Nothing creepy ever happened in this infirmary. Huh. No idea. Looks kinda neat, though. Oh, man. When is running to the roof ever a good idea? Eesh. Are these the showers or a meat locker from hell?
Yeah, that actually sounds like fun. Hello, Omega.
Full charge on the seal key. Max ammo. Maybe I should buy a couple more and gaff tape them together. How much? Sounds like fucking highway robbery to me. Ugh. What do you got for a chaser? Lighter fluid? You know, every crew needs a guy who can stumble around and find shit.
It really is such a shame that we can't play together, Crimson.
I don't know if you meat sacks feel pain, but I really hope you felt that one. I didn't read the back. Are you supposed to chug the whole thing? Guys? Okay, those are ghosts. Those are definitely ghosts. Ah, you guys found the pack-a-punch. Thanks, fellas. I'm starting to think this guy likes getting shot in the face. Okay, that's it, man. Please don't get up again. You're embarrassing yourself. I'll be damned. Turns out I can walk. say damage. He never shut up.
Dan talks his way into the school board, smuggling Weston with him as well. And together, the bros look for the perfect cadaver to use as a human subject. West settles on a John Doe, who arrived earlier that evening with minimal tissue damage. And as Dan records a medical entry, Weston answers
That kid had better be downright biblical.
which, as Mr. Combs himself told me this year, is simply glow
There's more to this place than a devil-worshipping warden.
900
Got a familiar smell to it.
But just remember, no matter how tasty it looks, do not drink it.
You just fucked with the wrong marine,
Nothing
pal.
happens at first, so West don't notice, which, as that amateur with animals can tell you, is a huge mistake.
I lost count. That's gotta be about a fuck ton.
As the naked zombie manhandles the two med stations and shows them just how defined his face nerves are. Those were accomplished in a manner similar to
That'll buy us a
Dr.
few
Who's
ticks.
exploding eyes, with inflatable bladders underneath a thin prosthetic on the actor's face. And the dude playing this muscly board man is Peter Kent, a 6'5" stunt performer who is also the workout partner, stunt double, and personal friend of Arnold Schwarzenegger, filling in for the Austrian on the set of Terminator, and once even being mistaken as his twin.
Here's
Sorry,
big
Arnie.
ears.
It's funnier that way. Dean Halsey shows up, having caught wind of Dan's morgue visit, but it only takes a minute for him to get trampled by the naked zombie man beneath a door. NCM ends up killing the Dean after some finger biting, a crucifix toss onto a table, and finally, a bunch of wall slamming. Herbert West comes to the rescue, kind of, with an electric bone saw that he uses to kill his reanimated creation, which, remember, I'll count when he rams that saw straight through the zombie's back and out the front. This kill has always stung, and it was done with a simple trick. He made a chest
I am
cast of
suddenly
Peter
very
Kent's
attracted to
torso, and
you
then
guys.
had makeup artist Anthony
Like,
Dolan stick a
wow.
big bone saw with ground beef and a blood chain coming out of it through the prop chest while Jeffrey Combs and Kent stood behind it. Dan is appropriately impressed by the practical gore, while West just wants to clean his hand off. Although things didn't go so well with the John Doe reanimation, West is eager to run another human trial. He's probably been dead too long. Wasn't fresh enough. Well, good thing they got the freshest corpse available right at their feet. Dan objects at first, but West bullies the handsome lad into helping him out. And before you can say ethically questionable, they're gearing up to raise the dead again. They inject Dean Halsey
So much for the
with a
cafeteria.
reagent, and 17
like
seconds
somebody
later,
couldn't find
that
the candy
formerly
bar.
dead dude opens his eyes
Out of
and
the
starts
frying
spitting out
pan.
blood.
Okay, now this is why I hate playing as Dempsey on this map. This is the only
Those, they
other
won't get my
one.
blood. It'll boil straight out of my ears. Chop! 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 Hey, Jack! Why didn't you tell me swords make you feel like a badass? Had a girl once try to turn me on to stuff like this. She said it was vegan, whatever the shit that means. I got the ghost, ready to blast.
Yeah, so watch. Okay, he didn't say it this time, but I swear to God, the only fucking thing that Dempsey says when he goes through the fast travel is, at least it's a dry heat, so dry. That's literally the only fucking thing that he says.
I could pick up a car. Or maybe talk to one. At least it's a dry heat. So dry. I got an important question. Am I on fire? All right, Marine. It's just like baseball, except the bat is a sword.
Well, it's good to be back, Herb. Don't let the blood spittle tell you otherwise. Halsey's so happy he could choke someone. In fact, he could choke two people he's so pumped to be alive again. Megan, eager to find out what's going on for herself, sneaks down to the morgue and once again makes an entrance with unfortunate timing, which scares her reanimated father into a corner. While Megan cries over the state of her dad, and West
It ain't the breed, it's the traitor!
Security guard, Dan Kane collapses on the floor in a
That's
bit
one
of
way to
shock.
get loaded.
There now, Dan. Eventually, you'll get used to all the crazy shit I talk you into. Dean Halsey is put in a straitjacket and placed under the care of Dr. Hill, who keeps him in his office behind a one-way mirror. And I want to give props to actor Robert Sampson for his role as Dean Halsey. It's easy to forget about this performance with all the other actors.
We need to do a Roblox Doors stream going into the rooms and trying to make it to a 1,000. Well, why don't we... You have your PC with you, don't you? I can click off of this and go to Roblox and we go Doors.
Just as soon as he's finished hitting on Megan against the mirror. Yeah, good thing her pops is there to break that shit up. As a bereaved Megan learns from Dan that her dad's not crazy, he's just dead. Dr. Hill makes a house call to Herbert West's basement laboratory. He tells his pesky student that he knows Dean Halsey is a reanimated dead man, and then tells West to hand over the reagent so he can take credit for the discovery. Gotta say, Hill, this can't have been your best plan, man. You really want to mess with this crazy mofo? Because that's how you get a shovel to the dome, dude. After knocking him to the ground,
Hello, doggy.
You
just jumped right out of the wall there, didn't you?
Brutal and drawn-out death that's accompanied by lots of squishy and scraping sound effects. Despite having just killed the man, Herbert West doesn't think of himself as a murderer. He still thinks of himself as a scientist, and as such, he's about to science the hell out of that head by injecting it with his reagent. And hey, while he's at it, might as well inject the headless body with some life force too. After all,
That was a nice ambush. Too bad your follow-up sucks.
his experiment works, and Dr. Carl Hill's head comes to life, eager to have a hissy conversation wherein he's not quite able to pronounce any T sounds.
Yeah, at least it's a dry heat.
So dry.
Oh, dry.
Dan and Megan go to Dr. Hill's office so they can see her dad and try to figure out how to fix him. They end up discovering that Hill has been keeping a creeper folder on Megan and has also been keeping himself busy by lobotomizing the reanimated Dean Halsey.
Not like being locked up.
Regains consciousness to
Rick
find that his
better
lab's
figure this
been
out quick.
ransacked, and yet he's still alive, which seems a little weird to me. Why would Dr. Hill Herbert West and end all his troubles right there? Dan gets home and the boys exchange info. West admits that he killed and reanimated Dr. Hill, and Dan tells West that Hill has lobotomized Halsey and has been collecting Megan's keepsakes for creepsakes.
Hill's got this weird file on her. He's full of napkins and hair.
They make plans to stop that napkin collector, who's currently in his office re-juicing up his head. The scenes with Dr. Hill's head and body working together are another level of comedy, with Richard Van's jaunty score playing over the body's embarrassing clumsiness. And it's also a lot of fun to watch them use a bunch of different techniques, they claim, to portray the severed head. The most common one they used was having David Gale stand over David with his head sticking
I want to see you attempt the Dead of the Night Easter egg solo. I don't know, man. I only know how to do some parts of it. I don't know how to do all of it.
I love a good prison ride. Could you take a break already?
Other techniques they
this katana. Way too much fun to be called the path of sorrows. More like slicer of meat sacks.
Very simple technique of having a black hood and duck his head down as low as possible. So they shot him from behind at a low angle with enough ingenuity.
Motherfucker.
He begins to command Dean Halsey using mind control. And this telepathic ability is actually a leftover from a deleted side plot that showed Dr. Hill had hypnotic powers.
It's dangerous. It's dangerous.
It was written to explain why Dean Halsey turned on Dan so fast, and to later explain how Hill controls a bunch of reanimated zombies.
Okay, good to go.
Because they realized that stuff like that doesn't need an explanation.
That was a way to explain why he could control all these zombies. Well, as it turns out, who cares?
The dark comedy continues as Hill makes his way to the morgue in a macabre disguise that somehow actually works on the security guard there. Damn, man, be better at your job.
Go you to cut your damn fingernails?
Great time. What? What do you call reading boudoir, dude? The film then employs even more gags from the severed head, including the ultra-simple stand just below the camera frame technique as Hill and his body prepare to reanimate more bodies. Meanwhile, the mind-controlled reanimated Dean Halsey returns home and kidnaps Megan away from Dan and take her back to the morgue. Once there, he sets her down next to Hill's head, and things get real uncomfortable real fast.
That was a big shot.
This whole scene is pretty intense, and it's one of the ways Gordon and Yuzna tried to push the envelope with this movie. But
Don't worry about it, fellas. All good.
And she felt like she was in on the joke they were trying to make here. So that's definitely a real life relief. Doesn't make it any less weird to watch.
What the hell are you up to, Doc? What's got you so damn itchy about
Before
this
this head
place?
can become a cunning linguist, it's interrupted by Herbert Glass, who saves Megan, but also insults her in the process.
You are twisting the bubble-headed code.
Listen, bud, I'm looking at two people in this movie's central relationship, and Megan is clearly not the bubble-headed one in it.
What happened?
And Barbara Crampton agrees.
So I think she's a strong character, which I also liked. She's definitely not a bubbleheaded co-ed.
Even though Dan is kind of bubble-headed, I'm still a Dan fan, especially after he helps Megan out while the head scientist and his ex-student engage in a
You see meat sacks, I see dollar signs.
Oh, that's why Dan has a talking heads poster in his room.
Holy shit, that's great!
Anyway, the talking head tells the serial killer that he has a plan, which is us. Yep, a bunch of naked zombies. This armada of the reanimated was designed by John Fiedler, who made sure to give each of them a distinct look and deadly backstory. For instance, one was designed to have been run over, while another looked like he had been shot in the face with a shotgun. Then what breaks out is the naked reanimations.
This doesn't make you grow more body hair, does it? Already have trouble getting my pants on.
Alright, tell us you have a big cock without you telling us you have a big cock.
Unlimited power! This hectic scene was the last thing they shot.
All aboard, we're out of here.
Difficult for cinematographer back home to frame out all of the genitalia since they wanted to avoid any charges of pornography.
Most important thing was not to show any photo nudity as it's called. I'm kind of distraught, and then I went over to Mac and said, Mac, you alright? It's the Venis. I see the Venis.
I got Venus bagging in my shot.
I don't know how to make them go away.
While these weenie-wagging bodies take a laser to West's head, Megan manages.
Alright, Crimson, I'll try the Dead of the Night Easter egg. I can't promise that I'll succeed at it, but we'll see. I once dated a girl who would eat the whole cake 3 bites at a time over the course of 3 weeks, and when she ran out of cake she would go to the store and get a replacement cake. Went to the cake store with her one time and her picture was on the wall. It was the only picture. Might have to slide by, Leo. Don't worry, Rag. I'll help you. Aw, how sweet of you, Crimson. Okay, so I do know that you need to activate the Sentinel artifact, get the Alistair's Folly, open up Pack-a-Punch, and I know the Atlas step, part of it anyway. I'll do that part of the Atlas step. The scratch mark step and the thing, and the boss fight especially. So you really oh, that's the wrong one. So this is the one that you really like. What? What did I say? What are you talking about? Yeah, I prefer that one. What was the rude part? I'm late, my bad. 35 minutes late, Bacon. You should be ashamed of yourself. Your other clan tag said it for... Really? Okay, that's fine. Beacon the bacon. Yeah. Actually, I'm deeply sorry for being 35 minutes late. I forgive you. You're fine.
To break through to her father on an emotional level, which causes him to disrupt Dr. Hill's killing procedure by knocking his headless body into the hallway and headbutting his, head. As Dan tries to corral Megan out of there, and West sticks some more serum into Dr. Hill's body, Dean Halsey finishes off the reanimated Dr. Hill head, which I'll count as a kill, by squeezing it and chucking it against the wall outside. Yeah, security guard guy, you don't get paid enough to deal with this shit. Just take a sick day on this one, dude. The smushy head thrown by Halsey there was sculpted by Anthony Dublin on set, and was pretty much just a big hamburger patty with a wig over it, which, yeah, may be a little crude, but man, does it make a good splat. I won't count Hill's reanimated body as a separate kill, even though it cracks open and spawns a nasty tentacle out of its chest in reaction to the overdose West injected. They shot that intestinal tentacle grab in reverse. They started with it wrapped around Combs' neck, pulled it off of him through a hole in the wall, and then simply reversed the footage from the movie. It leaves West a little tentacle-tied as chemicals are spilled throughout the room, and although Dean Halsey helps free Megan from another attack, he is then killed again when he's ripped apart by the other reanimations all converging on his body. Rest in peace, Zombie Halsey. You came around in the end there, even if you did strip your daughter down for a severed head to harass her mere moments earlier. Before being dragged away completely, West tosses his bag with his notes inside towards the door, and Dan dutifully grabs it on his way out. He and Megan are chased by a necky zombie down the hall, but it's a second necky burnt zombie who ends up choking the shit out of Megan in the elevator. Dan grabs a fire axe and severs the zombie's barbecued arm, and they did this by having an amputee wear a prosthetic arm, which was all covered up by the burn effects. As Dan tends to Megan's unconscious body, the arm keeps twitching away like an Evil Dead gag, accomplished in the very simple way of having a dude under the floor stick his arm through a hole. And no, I won't count either of those reanimated zombies in the hallway as kills. I don't know, I just feel like they're stronger than what happened to them. Dan carries his fiancée through the turmoil of the hospital and into a room where he tries to paddle her back to life, but not even a record number of verses.
Either someone's doped me with opium, or I've gone completely off my chump. And then again, in the land of the blind, the one-eyed man is king.
Whatever the fuck that means, buddy.
Meet my lady friend. Her name is Bayonet.
But nope.
I used to think she was cowardly, and then I fought the Zulu.
Okay, that's the third one.
This house has bonus points. It is a night of revelations. I was billiards champion at Sandhurst, you know. Old chalky boards, they call me.
That's 5. Where's 3? 4. Okay, there's 3.
I saw countless men lose limbs in the Boer Wars. They took it less cheerfully than you. Yes, a small moment in which I may catch my breath. The good news is that the enemy are not terribly bright. The bad news, they appear to be dead already. Sometimes the old ways work best. I demand satisfaction, and I usually get it. Alistair, my friend, I know not if you're safe, or if you become one of these poor, wretched flesh devils, but I do know you still throw one hell of a party. Alistair collected books on the strangest topics. Do tell if you see one titled Ghoul Extermination. Aha! There was a jewel secreted in that house. Anyone else want to shake hands? What the devil? Alistair's crystal seems to think it's a glow worm. I do believe this stone is telling me something. A little fire in the belly never hurts. Whatever we do down here, let's be quick about it. This room has a death trap written all over it. Another arrow for my quiver, so to speak. The hammer of Valhalla feels eager for battle.
I don't know the secret room that's down here.
Ulrich, you old scobber notcher! Get up off your ass and fight! Would it have been so hard to provide the shield whole instead of in pieces? Alistair posted schematics on these workbenches. I wonder what this one does. It appears our battleground is literally drawn out for
Of staying alive can do anything. And Megan Halsey dies in the hospital room as a result of getting strangled. Damn, Dan, I'm so sorry that your fiance's dead. Wait a minute, dead? Didn't I just pick something up for that? The movie ends with handsome Dan loading up a syringe with glowing goodness and going to administer it to his deceased fiancée, Megan. Freeze frame, fade out. Except the serum, keep that shit glowing. How many people died in Reanimator in spite of or because of Herbert West? Let's find out. And the numbers.
something for my collection.
By my count, there were 8 confirmed deaths in Reanimator, and the victims consisted of 2 living women, 2 living men, and 4 reanimated men, giving us a pie chart with some stripey dudes. Cool! With a runtime of 86 minutes, that left us with a kill on average every 10.75 minutes. I'll give the Golden Chainsaw for coolest kill to the reanimated Morgue Man. There are many good kills in this movie, but this one has always stuck with me the most. Just a naked zombie getting bone sawed through the back? What's not to love about that sentence? No Machete for Lamest kill will go to the patient damages right off the bat, who I'm not even fully comfortable putting on the count, but I guess it happened during the movie's runtime, so whatever.
Well,
and that's it.
That's the least of my worries now, isn't it? Waste not, want not.
Indeed.
Never put hair on your chest! You know, I have relatives buried out here. I pray we don't run into them now.
Okay, that's not the Raw statue. We're fine. Guys, we're fine. We're fine. Nope, that's not it. Not it either.
Ah, that guano. A useful commodity in more than one culture I've encountered. But here, it's just shit. I recognize this pistol. Alistair's folly, he called it. The folly would be to stand downrange of it.
Anybody still here, or did the connection go out? What's going on?
Alistair prized this armor, though he never told me why.
Time slip as a perk would not help you on this map. It doesn't matter. Stamina, Dying Wish, and Winter's Wail are really all I need. Time slip is just to help with the pack-a-punch process. Definitely not here. Well, what would you have suggested? Fucking Victoria's Tortoise?
Bonus points. This beastly box wasn't part of Alistair's collection. Alistair O'Bean, was this part of your collection?
Electric Burst or Blood Wolf Bite? Okay.
I've nothing but gully fluff in my pockets. Kiss my dash fire, will you? Alistair's garden. I'm amazed it's not withered. As much traveling as he did. Sulfur, a prime ingredient of gunpowder. Keep your thrice damned daddles off me!
Alright, we already got 2 of them.
Gruesome little shits, aren't they? Insta-kill. Those are the biggest bats I've ever seen, and I saw some stonkers in the Transvaal. That wide-eyed look of surprise, priceless. A blood-sucking pygmy? Is there no end to the beast we must battle? I'm not too proud to scrounge.
Green triangle.
That's got me feeling mad as hops. I always told Alistair this house was a money pit. This reminds me of a wonderful story. Oh, too dead to listen. Double points.
Birthday!
I trust this won't clash with my uniform. Right tool for the right job.
Welcome to the Kill Count, where we tally up the victims in all our favorite horror movies. I'm James H. and today we're looking at Bride of Reanimator, released in 1990. This sequel to Reanimator producer Brian Usna replaced Stuart Gordon in the director's chair, while also co-writing the screenplay with Woody Keith and Rick Fry, who had written his movie Society. Woody Keith would also go on to write Usna's Silent Night, Deadly Night 4. Although Barbara Crampton's agent convinced her not to take a cameo role in this movie, most of the other principal actors from the first film returned, including David Gale as Dr. Carl Hill, Bruce Abbott as the impressionable Dan Kane, and of course, Jeffrey Combs as the magnetic Herbert West. Despite the returning cast members and the direct continuation of the first film's story, Bride differs from its predecessor in a number of ways. Tone-wise, it's even more of a comedy. Sure, Reanimator was absolutely hilarious, but that was mostly because of the campy performances, not the words in its script. In contrast, Bride is written to be intentionally funny, with a lot of ironic lines and absurd situations. The sequel also has a more gothic aesthetic, which is appropriate since, in addition to its Lovecraftian source material, it's also paying major homage to classic Universal monster movies. The script for Bride is much less straightforward than the originals, feeling more like a cobbled-together jumble of scenes rather than a logical story with rational characters. But again, that almost feels appropriate, given Herbert West's new goal this time around. Here, he's trying to assemble new life from reanimated pieces. It's perhaps due to this macabre change in his ambitions that the sequel sometimes gets even gorier than the first film. It's a good thing that this is a sponsored episode then, so I can show you all the good stuff for free. You ever buy something online and find out later you could have gotten it for way less? I mean, it happens to me all the time. You see how much crap I've got to buy for the backgrounds of these videos. Luckily, from now on, I can use Honey to save myself some money. It's a free browser extension that can find you every coupon and discount available while you shop online. You don't have to change anything about your shopping habits, and it only takes 2 quick clicks to install.
Alright, give me a minute. I'm gonna get a drink. I just want to let you guys know, whether we succeed or fail, I'm going to go into bed right after this because I got a job interview tomorrow. Just want to make sure y'all know.
Oh, I just used it to and with all the gore included. You can click up there or follow the link in the description. Again, I made the version you're watching now a little tamer in case anyone wants to avoid the blood and guts or in case the explicit version gets age restricted. How many kills will the Bride of Reanimator feature till death does it part? Let's find out and get to them. The movie begins with a familiar severed head speaking into a void about how he's gonna get revenge on Herbert West, which he finds to be quite humorous. Apparently when David Gale heard that a sequel was being made, he called Brian Usna and asked to be involved. Although it didn't make a lot of sense, considering what became of Dr. Carl Hill at the end of the last movie, Usna agreed, under the condition that Gale would remain a severed head throughout the second film.
Which later led to David coming out of wardrobe when we were getting ready to shoot. He came out and said, I went to wardrobe, but they said they didn't have anything for me. I said, I don't know, you want a hat?
We move on to
Not like my James. Not at all. James is quite beaten drunk. He got what he deserved.
I'm sure he did. I'm with you on that one, sister. Men ain't shit. Job interview, good luck tomorrow. Yeah, thank you. It's for some company called Halcon. It's a van driving service. I'm hoping to get part-time there and also part-time at Dollar General where I currently work at. You know what I'm saying? But my leg itches, my leg itches, my leg itches, my leg itches. We're fine.
Well, kiss my ruddy ass! This guy is fucking superb! Look at the size of that thing! Whatever else happens tonight, that fucker's head gets mounted on my wall. So that's what they didn't want us to find, which means it's important. Well, if that doesn't get your heart racing, you're already dead.
Anybody here, or y'all all just left me, didn't you? No use in doing it when there's nobody watching, you know what I'm saying?
Alistair, old boy, I know not why this is necessary, but I do know not to question your wisdom. Working with my hands, making new friends, fighting absolute evil, I am having a good time tonight.
Hello? Anybody there? Where did y'all go? Got that done. Alright, we could be extra productive this round because there's a lot we can get started with. Oh, Wicca.
I'm pissing away a fortune here. I expect a return on my investment. A curious place to put a spotlight. Carpenter. Like a nice single malt with just a hint of mule piss. Success! Who says an old dog can't learn a new trick? Poor chap. Lost his head. Definitely not officer material.
Anybody here? Anybody who wanted me to do the Dead of the Night Easter egg solo? Anyone? Okay, I've done the Atlas step, or at least some of it. What do I do now? Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
I didn't survive the Boers of the Zulu to be brought down by you lot.
go dig it up.
Aha! Another piece for Alistair's gun. Insta-kill.
What? You gonna explain what I have to do next, Crimson? Like I already asked you. Time is it? Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and head to bed then, if this is the case. Yeah, I'll probably stream tomorrow when I get back from the interview. I'll let you guys know how that goes. See you guys later.